Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Linda Karnauskas, and I want to thank you for joining us on this Wednesday, August 31st. We have an informative show for you today. First, we'll be visiting with those that are organizing and helping to put on the the Homestead Hospice House beer and wine tasting event. And then later on in the program, we are going to visit with Bob Olson from the Owatonna School District, and we're going to hear all about the construction renovations going on around the city with the schools. At this time, we would also like to announce that we have a new show sponsor here on the Owatonna Today Show. We'd like to welcome back our show sponsor, United Way of Steele County. So welcome them, and we welcome your sponsorship. We will take a short break, but first I'd like to our Owatonna viewers, if you have any ideas for show guests or topics, please feel free to contact us via email at the Owatonna Today at charter.net or by contacting our show's producer, Leanne T, at 390-5751. Leanne would love to hear from you. We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back to hear all about the Homestead Hospice House fundraiser. So please stay with us.
United Way of Steele County has kicked off the 2016 campaign. This year's corporate campaign leader is Go for Sport. Our goal is $700,000. Be part of the change you want to see in the community. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're here visiting with Alden, Kruschke, and Sue Andersen. How are you?
Very fine, thank you.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And you're two very important volunteers, I understand, and you're with the Homestead Hospice House, correct?
Yes.
So Alden, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell a little bit about yourself?
Well, I am currently on the Hospice House Inc. board, and I'm chairperson of the Community Relations Board that raises funds for various things at the Hospice House.
And so what do you do away from the Hospice House, something fun you'd like to share that you enjoy doing?
I'm retired now, and that's
okay.
Just been wonderful.
So if I'm reading between the lines, you enjoy not being on a schedule.
Yes.
And doing whatever it is you want to do every day.
Absolutely.
Sue, why don't you share a little bit about yourself with us and what you do for the Hospice House?
Okay, I'm on both boards with Alden. I came on board with the Inc. board that services the house itself only about 6 months ago, but we've gotten a lot done up there. We've painted, put new floors in, got some molding, put the TVs on the walls, dimmer switches, and so we've got a new facelift up there, which has been significant.
Do the volunteers do all the updating? Have the volunteers personally done the updating?
No.
Okay.
Alden, do you want to touch on that, because that is significant?
No, the Inc. board, actually, the house is, to clarify, is actually owned by the community, and we're the governing board, and we hire contractors, local contractors, to do the updating.
So are you personally responsible for the bidding process, getting them in?
The board is.
The board is.
Right, and this is monies that we do get coming in from memorials from families that have had loved ones, or just want to donate to the house. So
Could you share with us, Alden, a little bit, just what kind of volunteers are all entailed under the, so to speak, the roof of the Homestead Hospice
Okay,
House?
for hospice, we have a volunteer coordinator is Trish Johnson, and currently Owatonna and Faribault Hospice has joined together as of last November. So Trish coordinates the volunteers from both communities, and there's people that actually go out into homes and do like respite care for caregivers. There's volunteers that work at the house on the garden area doing that. There's volunteers do baking at the house for family members when they're visiting to have snacks and whatnot. There's volunteers come in for just to be with patients at the house to do various things, read, music, therapy.
or just hold a loving hand.
Yeah, and there's one group that's the 11th hour at the end. They'll probably just either at the house or at a residence. They're just
They're there for you.
They're just there.
Sue, why don't you share with our viewers a little bit about the story about the baked goods and the smell and the aroma in the home, and what people have shared with you. I thought that was so sweet.
Yes, we always have fresh cookies and bars available for family members when they come in. Our volunteers come in and bake cookies, so we have the fresh smell of cookies, and we've had some of our families come back after their loved ones have passed and said it was such a delight to get that home feeling when they had the smell of baking goods.
Is running this home similar to running any home, would you say, from a committee standpoint?
Well, we try and keep it very much home as much as possible, and but we do have the nurses, the social workers, the whole team that comes on.
What is the Homestead Hospice House?
It's actually a facility for end-of-life hospice patients, and it's usually used if a patient, when they need full 24/7 care, and the family members are usually stressed out, and it's just a
Is
place to
Is the house
go
ever
on.
used as an interim type thing for maybe carekeepers that at home that just need a break?
It can be, yes. They'll do respite care.
Okay.
Most of the time it's end of life, and unfortunately a lot of times a patient is maybe only there less than 10 days.
I'd like to ask you, Sue, why did you get involved in the Homestead Hospice House? And then, if you wouldn't mind sharing.
No, that's fine. I came on board about 4 years ago, and the reason I came on board was because I lost 7 family members quite suddenly in a 4-year span. My husband passed away 10 years ago, and I took care of him at home, but I had the hospice team come into the home as needed, and it was such a great experience that I was able to keep him in the home. So along with all of my other family members that had passed, I had such a support from the community and people that this was a way to give back. And I retired from the school system 5 years ago. So anyway, this was my way of giving back, and I've truly enjoyed the work.
Do you feel that going through that experience gave you the strength to want to pay it forward?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't have done it without him.
Yeah. And then do you feel that it prepared you with dealing with the different, I guess, clients or patients at the Homestead Hospice
It
House?
does. You know, it just teaches you how to listen. And I think that's such an important part of our home, is that we're there to listen to the families. You know, I've gone through it, but everybody has their own story. And it's nice to be able to, and for me, to listen to these folks that are passing, it's nice to hear their story and where they've been and what they've done. So,
And Alden, why are you involved in the Homestead Hospice House? Quickly, we
I
want
was
to get onto the fundraising stuff, but I want to
similar
hear your
to
story.
us, who I had family members that were had used hospice, and it was just a way to give back.
Okay. Well, we're so glad that you do, and I'm sure those at the Hospice House really appreciate the volunteerism and the time that you commit. And now for the event that we're here to promote, it's the wine and beer tasting fundraiser to raise funds. And you said that the proceeds from this fundraiser will go where?
To the Homestead Hospice House Patient Care Fund.
And what does that entail?
The Patient Care Fund is for people who, through no fault of their own, have no means to pay for the board and room, which is normally not covered by insurance companies or Medicare. And this fund will provide that up to 30 days of care. So,
And this will be held when?
on September 8th, Thursday, from 6:30 to 9 p.m. at the Owatonna Holiday Inn and Suites.
Okay. And tickets will be
Ticket
$15, right, in advance?
and $20 at the door.
Okay.
And they're available at Cashwise Liquor, Cashwise Foods, Homestead Hospice House, and Kotke Jewelers.
Okay. And you're having wine and beer. Why is that?
well, we just thought the ladies needed to have a little. So we added the wine,
Yes.
and it's been a good.
This is the third year of the combined wine and beer. And Dave Isaacson from Owatonna Cashwise Liquor actually coordinates. He's the one that gets all the distributors. And this was 3 years ago was the first event he had, and it went over extremely well.
It must be a very successful event.
It
Do you
is.
know how well attended is it? Do you have any idea?
how
It
many?
was
Yeah.
200 and some last year.
Wow.
It pretty well fills the Holiday Inn. There's been up as many as 16 distributors and probably 100 beers and equally as many wines.
Right.
So
Yeah, he does a nice job with it, and the bottom line is people. It's an easy donation because people really enjoy giving to the Homestead House Patient
And-
Care Fund.
And having fun tasting all the different,
Yes.
Absolutely.
different brews and wines that are out there. It's a fun way to
Yes.
help others. And so, well, we thank you for all you do, and we wish the Homestead Hospice House continued success, and to be at the wine and beer tasting on September 8th at the Holiday Inn.
There you go. We'll see you there.
All righty. We will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back, so please stay with us.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we are visiting with Bob Olson, who is the Director of Facilities, Infrastructure, and Security for the Owatonna School District.
Quite a tongue twister, isn't it?
Yeah, you wear many, many hats.
Kind of do.
And you're smiling, so you enjoy it, and you're doing it well.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I'm having fun anyway.
Yeah, prepared for the challenge.
Yeah.
Bob, why don't you share just a bit with our viewers about yourself, away from school, what you enjoy doing?
Oh boy, I enjoy having fun with my friends and our family. A lot of outdoor activities, golfing, and we like to brew beer quite a bit at home. We've got a bunch of us that do that, but I've been in education since 1992 and having a lot of fun, and now I've made the move from teacher to principal. Now I'm over to the director of facilities, so having a blast.
Well, good, and we're glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks.
We are going to be talking about the renovations and the construction going on in the schools, but first up, a new problem has been in the forefront lately, and so let's just deal with that right off the beginning of the program here. Let's talk about the gym floor.
So you've heard about that?
Yeah.
I think a few people have as well. Back on, here's what happened with our gym floor. When we had 4.5 inches of rain back on, I think it was the 3rd of August and the 4th that evening, we had a scheduled roof to be taken off and to put a new roof back on the gym. It was getting old and it was time to place it. We have a roof schedule basically for all our buildings. This summer was slated to be the time we do the gym. Well, what ended up happening was our contractors that we've hired ended up puncturing some holes in the rubber membrane. And when you get 4.5 inches of rain that night, that's not a good that's not a good thing to have happen. So anyway, we had a ton of water that got down onto the gym floor, and it buckled the floor so bad that we couldn't replace it. Can't replace it because the floor was put in 1955, and they don't make this kind of floor anymore. So, out of both sides of my mouth, I can say, we get a new floor out of it. But it is not being paid by the district. It'll be totally covered by insurance, which is nice. The contractor's insurance, we're hoping. And then, so we get a new floor. The hard part is that volleyball is having a pretty tough season this year, not being able to play at the Owatonna High School. And we're losing volleyball and then some Phi Ed classes and just community activities that were scheduled to be in there.
Logistics is more of a problem than anything else.
Would have been better in June if this would have happened instead of in August. But, overall, I just have to say that the community's been great. The coaches have been awesome. Teachers, principals, everybody. They realized that it was nothing that we could have done. So it's something that we're all just going to have to work together and see if we can make the best of it. And when it's all said and done, we will have one beautiful floor at the high school.
And unfortunate, but totally separate from what we're the bond issue, the bond being passed, and what that covers. So
that had nothing to do with the bond at all. So it was just a regular maintenance schedule, and just happened to have a little problem with it.
And then here we go.
Here we go.
The bond, what's covered under the bond?
Yes.
Why don't you share with us what the bond entailed and outline for us what in the construction area has begun or been completed?
Sure. There was three phases of the bond that was passed back in November of last year, $77.855 million by our community, which we thank them quite a bit for. This summer, we started working on a security piece. So there were security upgrades at some of the schools, and actually most of the schools. There will be deferred maintenance, which will be done, and then we had to take care of the elementary housing, the overcrowding. So there will be some additions going on. So this summer, we started out with some deferred maintenance. We have a new parking lot put in at Roosevelt Community Center. We have a new parking lot put in at Wilson, and one is, I believe, being striped today, and it should be all taken care of in a couple days for McKinley as well.
Explain to the viewers deferred.
Deferred maintenance is basically maintenance. It's an ongoing yearly maintenance, and we do get some. We get some money from the state, but because of our buildings and the age that they are, our maintenance needs outpace the money that we get in from the state to keep everything up to snuff, basically. So what we need to do is we needed to go out and ask for some help from the public, and we did get about $35 million if I remember right, in deferred maintenance.
Could you give us some examples of that?
Yes, deferred maintenance could be what will happen after some of the things they're taken care of will be our HVAC systems, we'll be upgrading our plumbing, we'll be upgrading our parking lots and things of that nature. Stuff that you normally don't see too much but are inside the building. A lot of the, I guess you want to call it the guts of the building, need to be upgraded because they're so old. Our boiler systems, heating, ventilating, things like that. So.
And so as we go back on your path, you were talking about the different buildings and outlining what has been done.
Right. This summer we started some security projects, and the big one that people will notice if they drive by will be at the junior high school. And I know we did a video last year with this show. We walked through and kind of showed why we're doing some of the security upgrades. You used to be able to walk into a building and just go wherever you wanted to go, and nobody knew you're in the building. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to corral visitors into the office areas first, and then check them in, and then allow them to go visit where they need to go. So Wilson right now has a brand new office. We gutted the office, cut a hole in the exterior wall, so now people, when they come in, they go straight into the office area and get things all taken care of, and then we're happy to have them as visitors. So Wilson was taken care of. Actually, as we're speaking right now, they should be ready to go by the time this airs on Wednesday. So that'll be great. The junior high is getting a new front office area, or a new front entryway. Unfortunately, it won't be ready to go by the time the school year starts because of everybody's so busy and just getting products back to us. So we're going to have some transition as to where students going to come in for a couple weeks or so. But working with Julie Sullivan at the junior high, it's been great there. So there's that. And then at the high school, we will also be we're electrifying some of the doors, so they'll be locked, and then the security guard will be sitting just inside that. So when people come up, they'll push a buzzer, and then they'll allow them to come in and then check them in that way as well. But that's just parts of it, that are going along. And then there's the upgrades to the security systems, video cameras, things like that as well.
Why were these chosen first over the other areas?
I think because we were going to do the McKinley and the Lincoln one as well, but those were so big, and we didn't get as many bids that we wanted to get for those this year. So we put those off until next year.
Okay. So it sounds like you did what you could accomplish well in this amount of time. So what's in store now for the rest of the list?
The rest of the list, well, Willow Creek has a 35,000 square foot addition that'll get started here. I'm going to say probably mid-September. We should be breaking ground. The bids went out, and they've come back in, and on September 6th, the school board will award the bids for the Willow Creek addition. And then about a month later, the junior high addition, which will be about a 58,000 square foot addition, because we need to add on to the junior high so we can move those sixth graders from Willow Creek over to the junior high for next school year, and then Willow Creek will become a K-5 building. So those are up and coming. You will see some ground being broken at the junior high shortly because of we have some soil conditions in Owatonna, which aren't good. So what they have to do is they have to condition the soil and dry it out, basically. So we're going to probably start digging some holes, get the dirt put away, get it dried out, so when we are ready to start building, the soil will be actually ready to go.
Now the design at Willow Creek and the junior high, let's talk about Willow Creek first. What's going to happen at that building?
Oh, a lot. It's going to look a lot different when people come in. Willow Creek's kind of an open concept. But we are going to be adding on 35,000 square feet to the north. We're going to make the front entryway, our new office area, right up front. And then when you walk in, the hallways will be bigger. And then you'll be able to head on back toward the kindergarten and first grade wing. And if you take a right, you'll be able to go with the current area where that is now. And then there'll be another one. There'll be almost like 3 wings off of Willow Creek. Yeah. So really what we're looking for in that building is to keep the house concept of the area that they have, but also have some common areas that the kids can go out and study and teachers can use, not just in your classrooms, that you can filter out into some more collaborative areas. So it's going to be really neat.
And then the junior high.
Junior high is going to be amazing when you walk into that one. I don't even want to ruin it too much for people, but it's going to be. It is one of the coolest looking designs that I've seen. You have the IMC that you currently have. You walk up above and you can look down. That's going to be totally different, and there's going to be lots and lots of glass in that building. It'll make it feel more wide open, because that building right now really, you kind of almost feel like it's an institution.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just, it's not a warm, fuzzy feeling in it. That's what we really want it to feel like, and so it's warm and welcoming for our students and our visitors.
Now, will the portables be totally gone then?
The portables will be gone at the junior high, yes, and Willow Creek's portable is already gone. So.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be asking you what you're going to be doing this year. What your plans are.
I think I'm going to be a little busy.
I will ask quickly,
Yes.
just quickly, how many staff do you have working with you through this?
I have 44 maintenance guys working with
Okay.
the custodians, but there's a lot that are going to be happening.
Okay. Well, we
down
wish
the road.
we wish you well and success during the school year. You're going to
Appreciate
be one
it.
busy person.
Oh, yes, we will.
We'll be
Thank
thinking of you.
Thanks.
We will take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Tim Andersen, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. Well, it's time for our community announcements, and I'll share those with you. The Owatonna Foundation is pleased to announce its next grant application deadline on September 1st. Complete grant guidelines and applications can be found at the Owatonna Foundation website at www.owatonnafoundation.org or by visiting the Owatonna Foundation office at 108 West Park Square in Owatonna. For more information, call Laura Resler, Executive Coordinator, at 507-455-2995 or email info@owatonnafoundation.org. Join Steele County Historical Society on Thursday, September 1st for a panel discussion entitled Standing Together When Disaster Strikes. This event is open to the public and is free of charge for members and $2 admission for non-members. The Steele County Historical Society is pleased to announce Children's History Detectives for Thursday, September 1st at 9 a.m. and at 6:30 p.m. at the Village of Yesteryear. Preschool-age children will meet at 9 a.m. at the Village of Yesteryear, and children in grades K through 6 will meet at 6:30 p.m. at the Village. Don't forget the wine and beer tasting for the Homestead Hospice House will be going on September 8th, 6:30 to 9 p.m. at the Holiday Inn in Owatonna, and the proceeds benefit Patient Care Fund at Homestead Hospice House. You won't want to miss that one. And the City Archery Deer Hunt will take place November 1st, December 20th through December 20th, and the registration deadline is September 15th. Registration forms may be found at Parks and Recreation Office as well as on the website. A $10 non-refundable application fee is due at the time of registration. All hunters must be at least 18 years old and no crossbows are allowed. Well, that's all we have for you today, and we hope you will join us on Friday when we'll be visiting on location at the Owatonna Arts Center, and then we'll be hearing all about their grand opening and their new elevator, and then we will also be visiting the traveling Vietnam Wall that's coming through Owatonna to Faribault, so you'll want to join us on Friday. Until then, you have a great day, and we'll see you on Friday.